Greetings, everybody, whether it's morning, good afternoon, good evening, different parts of the world, or wherever you're tuning in to join us today to talk about our online business. But of course, we're gonna deep dive into a particular topic today that I know us human beings we all face whenever we're starting something new or we want to start a journey or venture off into something that is not part of our comfort zone. We all deal in battle with self-doubt, fear, apprehension, skepticism. So we want to shed a little light on how to overcome those things because all of us, I know even for myself in particular, those are things that I definitely encountered before joining this business and even when I started. But before we go into that deep diving, I would like for each of my beautiful and amazing co hosts, which are also my business colleagues, to introduce themselves individually before we start into our topic. And I will start with you, Bukola. Introduce yourself, sis.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are watching from. And if you are going to catch a replay later, my name is Bukola. You can call me Buki. I am the face behind La Cris Digital. We are here again to bring some good news to you. Let's go.
Awesome, awesome. And Sister Kemi, introduce yourself, my love.
Hello, everyone. My name is Kemi Arowojolu. I'm sure a few of you may have seen before. Um, I say good afternoon, good day, everyone. Whatever you're doing, you're going about your work, you relaxing at home, you're getting ready for Labor Day. I just say good day to you. We are. I'm excited today to share you with my sister here, my team member, this topic about how to identify and how to keep fears from making you start your dream.
Thank you, sis. Well done and well stated, both of you. And definitely, anybody who is watching or who catches the replay, you're always welcome to reach out to any of us individually. You see our websites here, and of course, before we end this our go live session, everybody can definitely chime in and let people know where they can be reached. And without further ado, as you all know, we are all online business owners. We are all mentors in our global business community. And before coming an online business owner, definitely there was some doubt that I definitely encountered. There was fear, there was skepticism and apprehension. And some of the ways that I was able to overcome the negative thoughts about, oh my God, how will I look? How will I talk? Will people believe me? Or how can I impact someone? Was I know for me as an example, I had to definitely tune into listening to positive affirmations to start my morning. I had to do a lot of mind shifts um, to shift the way I approach things, the way I perceive things, the way I apply things. Um, I had to do, pretty much a reset on my thought process. And that reset, I learned it, and I'm still learning and I'm still growing inside my amazing online business on how to definitely deal with any doubt or fear. And now I'm not going to steal the show. I'm going to pass it on to Bukola to share some insight on how did you ever encounter any doubt or fear or any skepticism? And if you did, how did you overcome that?
Yes, it's very normal for any human being, most especially if you are very hardworking and you uh, work hard for, I mean, every penny that you earn. So you want to be very careful before you put your dollar on anything. When I first started, I the fear didn't come first. I jump in the moment. I mean, I watch like a web. I mean, an online broadcast like this, and immediately I jumped in, and I actually paid my 149 before the fear crept in. So the fear crept in. I was like, oh, okay. What if? What if? How about? I mean, I had so much doubt in my head. And to be honest with you, after I had joined, I sat on the fence for a whole year, not doing anything beyond joining. But then I had the chance to, I mean, I was placed in the community group where you see people who are doing the same thing, and they have proof, they have evidence, and they come in with their success stories, and they are all willing to hold your hands as a new entrepreneur, to teach you what they do, how they went about things, how they got to the position where they are today. So after a year, and I had to tell myself, like, okay, I mean, I really need to do something. I have seen more than enough proof that I needed to get on this business. So that was when I decided, okay, I need to take the next step, and that this is where I am today. And I have to tell you something. Fear and the doubt. It's like a chain that is holding us back. And the truth is, they are not here to protect you. Fear and doubt. No, they're not here there to protect you, but they are there to paralyze you. And if you let them, they will quietly still rip away from you the future that God has purposed for you. So we just have to take the leap of faith. We don't have to dive in, I mean, like you jumping into a swimming pool. Take the step one at a time and see how it feels before you put the whole lot of faith into it. So
Thank you, sis. I really appreciate that authenticity. And I like that you highlighted that the support that you received from our amazing global business community. I like how you talked about that success leaves cues and clues. I liked how you said that the social proofing from people's results, even though everyone's results look different, but it shows you that the future is bright, and it will be, and it can be great if you just apply the things that we are taught in our business on how to market yourself, how to get your brand going, how to promote your business, and how you can impact people. So I really, really like that you highlight those things. And it also makes me also remember that a lot of my doubt too came from, and my fear, of course, came from, because this was so brand new to me. It was out of my domain as a nurse. So a lot of doubt and fear triggered from that. I don't have experience. I'm not a social media person. I don't like showing my face or talking to people that I'm not used to, other than my clients or my patients that I deal with. But this online business community has definitely given me the tools to sharpen my knife and to be a better person, to be an amazing mentor, definitely to impact and inspire other immigrants to learn about this amazing online business and community. And so I'm going to go to you now, Beltane. Introduce yourself, my dear, and tell people how you were able to overcome, if you had any doubt or any fear or skepticism before joining this business, or even when you joined. Share, my dear.
Hello, everybody. For those of you meeting me for the first time, my name is Belton Awowe. I am a mom of 3 kids under 5 living in the United States, and I am a registered nurse by profession, as well as an online digital marketing business owner. Right? So thank you, sis. I'm so happy to see you all here, and happy Sunday to all of you and to those of you watching us. So when I started this business, to be honest, I was not skeptical. Like I after watching the free webinar and paying my 149, I already knew in the back of my head that investment is required. And that happened because I've done businesses in the past. And all those businesses, big or small, I had to put in money. It was not free. So I already had it in the back of my head that starting a business requires a form of investment, right? Was I scared? Um, I would say I wasn't. I was willing to take that risk. Again, because I've done so different businesses out there, and I'm like, I'm gonna try it and try it and make it. And just sitting without doing anything is not gonna work. And even though I was like open to opportunities, I was ready to just dive in. It didn't stop me from doing my own research, right? Of course, it took me time to go over the videos. It took me time to like look at my coach's page, look at what it was all about. It took me time to reach out to her, ask her all these questions and things like that, and just to make sure it was legit. And again, one of the things that stood out was the fact that you are paying taxes. Most businesses, in fact, businesses that are not legit, they don't talk anything about you paying taxes, a 1099 or anything like that. So when I heard about this, I'm like, okay, this is legit. And when I showed it to my husband, it was like, this makes sense, you know. To other people out there, I know we are all skeptical, and that is something that we cannot take away from you. It's okay, given the nature of the online space, given the nature of the society in which we live in nowadays. It's okay to be scared. It's okay because people work every single day in order to survive, in order to feed their families. So for them to be able to raise a little sum of money and for them to be scammed is really painful. It hurts, right? And I feel like usually it happens because we don't take that time to do our research. I lost money to scammers when I was pregnant because at that point I was home. That was like post COVID. I think it was like 2021. I was just home, but I needed something to do to support my husband. So I was just like, they were like, okay, put 500, you're gonna make this money the next day. And I was just there pumping money, and then they would be sending me these pictures and be like, oh yeah, I can't at this level, this level. Before I knew it, I'd already spent almost $2,000 in it. That's when it just dawned to me that this is a scam, right? But I just accepted it as it was. It's a learning opportunity, right? It happened to me because I didn't take my time to ask questions. I didn't take my time to even see the person's face or even talk to them on the phone. I didn't do that. They just reached out to me on Instagram. I was like, okay, sign me up. I was just rushing because I saw the benefits, the profits I was going to make from that business. I was like, I'm just going to do it. So, one thing I'll tell everybody listening to us and watching us, take your time to do your research. If you're skeptical, if you're having all those questions, those doubts, you're not going to get answers if you just sit and don't open your mouth. They say a mouth that doesn't speak does not get fed, right? You need to open, you need to ask questions, you need to be able to do your own research. Don't be lazy. Many of us don't want to read, neither do we even want to sit and listen. But if we're putting one or two people together to do small conversa or talk about another person, we're ready to listen and talk about each other and talk about other people, how they're doing this. But when it comes to business, we don't have that patience. And that's something I want to encourage everybody. If you're skeptical, if you're where you're really scared of putting in that money, do your research. Not everybody will come here and be like, do your research before you start a business. If I'm telling you that, that means this is a legit path. But again, you have to do your own research. Don't take our word for it. Do your own. Does it check off the boxes for you? Right? And when that is the case, then go ahead and see it for yourself. Watch those videos. The videos are there. I'm not going to be behind you, be like, have you watched the second video? Have you watched the third video? No, you take your time. You have 30 days to consume all the information, 30 days to be able to ask questions, to call somebody on the phone, to do a Zoom meeting. You have all that time. It's okay. Again, it's okay to be skeptical. It's okay to be scared. But please do your research. Do your research. The other day, my coach was talking about somebody reaching out to her. The person paid, I think the person paid their 149, and After paying the 149, they saw that okay, there's a startup package and all of that. The person was like, if I had money, I wouldn't have been looking for a business to start. I was like, what do you mean? What do you mean by if you had money, you wouldn't? That means those of us doing businesses who are broke. I don't understand. Like, what do you mean? That's the mentality you need to change. What do you mean if you have money, you will not start a business? If you want to multiply, triple that money, you need to start a business. Because guess what? That money that you think you have, you go clubbing, you go partying, you buy new clothes, new shoes. The next morning, your account is negative because you are not reinvesting. You are not growing. You did not build any business. The money is not going to grow overnight for the money just sitting there. You need to put in money for it to grow, and that is starting a business. That's the best way, the best strategy for you to grow your money. So I'm just like that, but I don't know how some people think. But again, people are entitled to their own opinion. But at the same time, be open to education. To be honest, people really need to listen when people are out here like telling them one or two things. So yeah, from my past experiences, I was able to use that. Again, it was not a good environment, it was not a good situation, but I used it as a lesson, and it helped me to be able to get into this business with a positive mindset, ready to, hey God, ready to be that billionaire, because I'm not playing. I'm not here to play. I know why I'm here, you know. So guys, if you're skeptical, if you have questions, if you have doubts, it's okay. It is okay. But if you're having those doubts and you're not doing anything about it, that is the problem. Come ask your questions. Come watch those videos. When we say watch the webinar, we mean watch the webinar. Don't skip the process. Don't say, oh, I have the money, I just want to start. We'll still send you back to start with that webinar. You watch that webinar and then you go watch the pre-coaching videos. There is a reason for it. Educate yourself so you know exactly what you're getting yourself into. Understand it. So that's my little contribution. I hope I did. I hope I didn't get out of the topic, but again, thank you so
No,
much.
no, sis. That's the whole point. Is when you share your own story, there are people who can resonate and align with it. I like how you talked about you're transparent, that you've been a victim of a scam or a fraud. Because I'm gonna ask you all these questions actually about how do you respond to somebody, when they say this is a fraud, this is a scam. But I'm gonna go first to Sister Kemi. Are you here?
I'm here.
You know what? Your camera is not showing, but I hear you laughing in the background.
Oh,
Is there any way
wow.
you could get your camera on? Is there any way we can see a beautiful smile? I know I heard you laughing, but I'm not seeing you.
You're not seeing me, Stu?
No,
Oh, wow.
No. See if you can go and come back in
we
so we
saw
can
you
see you.
in the beginning, but not now.
Yes, in the beginning. With
She
that
probably
being
turned off
said,
her camera by mistake.
yes, it's happened to me so many times, so I can understand. And with that being said, I just want to highlight some things that you said about time. I like how you said, don't be scared to educate yourself. Gather your facts, gather all the data and information. Very, very important. I like how you talked about you have to invest. You have to invest. There's no business that is free. There has to be an investment involved, because when you invest in yourself, it puts that extra fire in you, and you're going to work extra hard and extra diligently to see the results that you want, right? And of course, results are not overnight. Some people, it takes a month or two, whether it's 7 months or 8 months or even a year, but everyone's results looks different. But the most important thing is, do not let fear cripple you.
Can you see me?
Let's see. There we go. There we go.
Okay.
Perfect, sis. So I'm not gonna ask you the same question about. I want you to be transparent and share with the audience how you overcame, if you had any doubts or fear or apprehension when starting a business, or even when you did start, or even before starting. How did you, and if you did, how did you overcome it?
Okay, right. Thank you so much for that question. Yes, I did have a lot of doubts, when I started this business. However, let me just start from the beginning because the first time I saw this business, I was sitting on my couch in the living room, and here comes watching my YouTube videos, and here comes this lady talking about this business. And I was like, before then, I've been praying about business. I've been asking God to help me, that I needed something extra to do, that I needed something that would take me away from the 12-hour shifts. I wanted to find a way to get out of it. But anyway, so I remember watching this and I listened to it all the way. And then I was like, suppose this is a scam. This was the first day I saw it. I was like, I don't know, man. Suppose this is scam. Suppose they just want to take my money. And that's what I was thinking. So that first time I let it go, I didn't follow it up. I just looked at it. I actually went in and just tried to do a brief research, but I didn't follow it up. So the next day, it was like not the same person. But somebody else came on and started talking about, and I was like, is God telling me something here? Maybe I need to look into this. So that was how I went in and looked into it. But the biggest fear once I started and signed up, my biggest fear was, how in the world am I going to go online and say stuff or show my face on Facebook? I'm that kind of person. I don't really like anything that will draw attention or anything that will cause me to stand in front of a crowd. Even though I can't necessarily see them, but I know they're watching you. So that was my biggest fear. Um, and then I was also like, suppose I'm not successful, then what? What am I gonna do? This is a lot of money to invest, I was thinking. So yeah, I had a lot of fears. Then I was also thinking, what would people say when you are out there talking? Like, my husband is a minister, so I'm like, oh my God. They will say, oh, we don't know what she's doing. I had a lot of doubts. And you already know, I don't know if you can relate or not, but as a Christian, if you are in church, you know how that works. And you are also in the public on social media. Oh, wow. There's a lot of things I was thinking about. They might say this, they might say that. So at the end of the day, I just kind of decided that, hey, if if I'm having faith that God is showing me how to go, I should not worry about what others think. So I just have three things that I'm going to talk to you guys listening to this. Is number one, you need to identify what your fear is. What are you afraid of? And also understand that your fear may not go away. Action will be the first thing that will reduce your fear. Take that action. Take that first step. That's will be my number two suggestion. Take small steps, a little bit at a time. Don't rush into. Don't try to. I know we have a lot of people that they will come up. A lot of our team members that have made it, they are successful. But understand that they've been in this business for a longer period. You just starting. So when you start, don't look onto others and try to be there in one day. Yes, you're gonna get there, but it's little steps. It's just like you give birth to a baby. It's not gonna be an adult in one day. It's gonna grow a little bit at a time, and as time gets on, they get bigger and bigger and bigger, and then till they get to be an adult, have children, and all kinds of stuff. I try to see the business this way. So if you take small steps, like you can just, like in my own case, I started with one post, like just take a little post. I may take a few days because I'm so nervous and everything. That is okay. You don't have to rush. Take your time. Just be consistent. That's what I would say. And then the last but not the least would be number three. Remember why you're doing this. Every single time you allow fear to creep in, try to remember, why am I even doing this? What is the benefit of me being in this business? Is there a calling in this? Why am I doing this? If your why is strong enough, which I'm sure most of us have strong whys. In my own case, I want to get out of the 12-hour shift. I want to retire earlier. I'm almost 60 as it is. So I want to make sure that when I retire, I have something to go back to. Retirement benefits is not doing much. So remember your why. That's all I'm going to say. So I'm not gonna, without much ado, I'm not gonna take that much of your time. Be strong and just know that you can do it. Thank you.
Wow, Sister Kemi, that was so authentic, very transparent, and I love the
I
tips
can't
that
hear
you
you
gave.
guys.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Thumbs up, thumbs up. We can't
Okay.
see you. We can't see you, Sister Kemi. We can't see you. But nonetheless, we heard your valuable information, and the highest takeaway, you gave so many, but the highest one is take action, take action, take action to overcome that fear. And with time, the fear will subside. It might not go completely away, but take action. That is huge. And if you lead with faith over fear, definitely the fear will subside. Do not listen to naysayers. Don't listen to what someone else will say. Do not listen to the negative voices or negative things that you tell yourself. Surround yourself with good people. Surround yourself with like-minded people who are where you want to be. Pour into yourself. Be patient with yourself. And I definitely assure you, because these are things that I did to also contribute to me overcoming that doubt and that fear of the unknown, because this was all a brand new territory to me. I didn't know anything outside of being a parent or a wife or a nurse. So this was brand new. But I met people. I met new people, like my amazing sister Bukola here, Sister Kemi, Sister Beltine. I met so many amazing people that have impacted me in my journey as a mentor and as an online business owner. They have given me strength. They've given me courage. And they've given me the energy to take action. But my why is what kept me here. And that has helped me face that fear. So now, fear to face, what is it? Fear to fear me instead. Let's put it like that. You fear to fear me. As my amazing colleague told me the other day, let fear fear you. Do not put fear in front, because it is a destiny killer. It will keep you where you are. It will keep you stuck walking to your 65, 70 until you have that back pain, that neck pain, the whole body pain, waiting for pension. That the pension will not even pay your rent or your mortgage. But people take action. Now, before we close this, I need to ask all of you one big question that I'm sure all of us have heard. And I'll start with you, Bukola. What do you say to someone that this is a scam, it's a fraud? What do you tell them, my sister? Because there's always someone who will throw it at you or write you a nasty text. What do you say? Sis, we can't hear you. Wait. Kemi, put yourself on mute, my dear. Sister Kemi, you go on mute.
Guys.
Sister Kemi, can you go on mute? Everyone should mute themselves. Go ahead, Bukola.
Yeah, absolutely. This is not a scam, and this is not a fraud. Unfortunately, it's not a lot. It's a lot of business out there claiming to be the savior, and at the end of the day, it's not. I have done quite some businesses that I joined in the past, and it turns out not to be okay. But the good part of this business, it's you have the opportunity to do your due diligence, ask questions, connect with people, and when you get if you pay your 149, you're gonna see life people with real results. And of course, some people even go, I mean, you're going to be placed in a group where there are certain things we don't share to the public that is shared internally within the group. So you're going to see people are paying, I mean, we are paying taxes. At the end of the day, at the end of the year, if you're in US, you get your 1099. I forgot what's the equivalence you get in Canada, and it's all over the world. Whatever paper that you get to pay your taxes. Of course, if this is a fraud, government would never want to have anything to do with you. You even don't want to. You don't have the bravery to want to face the government. So we pay taxes, and you see, I am real. We are all real. A majority of us, when you get into the groups, you see people who have come from different walks of life, professionals. All fields. You meet them there. You see real people. You can call them, ask question, and they'll be ready to hold your hand, to walk you to answer any question that you have. So it's easy to say this is not fraud, it's not a scam, but you have to do your own due diligence, do your research, find out more about this business, and you'll be glad you did. Thank you.
Wow, sis, I love the authenticity, and I hope that debunks or take away anything that people are thinking that this is 419 fraud scam. But of course, human beings will be what they are, and we're not here to change them, and it's okay. And now I'm going to pass it on to you, Beltane. What do you say to that type of comment, that you're a fraud, 419?
And they always say that, unfortunately, they say that for everything, to be honest, for everything. Like what my sister Bicola said, I really agree with everything she said. And I want to add that when they approached me with that, for the most part, I actually had like one person, and it was like a French speaking person. It was like, oh, they've scammed me out of my money. I'm looking to recruit other people so I can scam them of their money. When he said that again, I was offended again, But at a certain time, I was just like, if I respond to him rudely now, it's not going to help both of us, because he's still going to stay with that mentality. It's an opportunity for me to educate him. So what I told him was, it's okay for him to think that way. Many a times where we see businesses and people showing how they are making it, it's really hard to believe, because we've already put in our mind that it's difficult to make $1,000. It's difficult to make $500, right? But people tend to focus on that money they are seeing. They take their attention away from the process in which that money was made. So when you bring that to them, they just have that mentality like, okay, this money is impossible for you to have $2,000 in 2 weeks. It's very unrealistic and things like that. But my question to you, have you even taken the time to even understand what the person is doing to get that money? Have you taken that time? You've not. You just concluded by seeing those checks. You were just like, this is not real. Where did they get the money from? I don't want to even give yourself that time to even learn, to understand that, no, this is the business the person is running. And maybe the person ran this business for 2 years, for a year, for a month, to be able to get those are the questions you should ask. But unfortunately, many people come and then they leave those negative comments. And mind you, some people also come in and are giving that comment because they've done other businesses in the past and they failed. And one thing I know, I would just say, in my own opinion, is the fact that we tend to fail because we're not patient. We tend to fail because we want quick results. And that's why many people get scammed. Many people find their money gone the next minute because they just thought that, okay, I'm just going to put in money right now and just sit. I'll not do anything. I'll just sit, go about my day, and then extra money will be coming in. No, who is going to work that money for you? You need to be there. You need to show up consistently. And in relation to the business being a scam, some of them will be like, okay, this is an MLM. Like, we'll have to bring in people to make. I don't make money because I brought somebody into this business. I make money because I sold a product. That's the difference. So if in your head you're saying that, oh, it's because we bring people, that's how we make money. Just to be clear, yeah, we make money because we sold or we sell a product, not because we bring somebody. Because I can still sell a product to someone and the person doesn't want to do this business, I'm still going to get my commission. So understand that. So don't just jump into conclusion and just limit yourself from an opportunity that is presented to you, something that can change your mind. But just the fact that you just want to see negative in everything that you see online, it's just like everything is a scam. I'm not gonna do that. They're lying. Funny enough, some of these people that are saying they're lying, they're monitoring you. They're there on your page every day, every minute. And down the road, they're gonna make that decision and start. And then you, the public, that they were telling you every single day, don't start this business. You'll be there. You going with the flow and not starting yours, but that person is behind you. He has already started living their life and financial stability, and securing financial stability for their family, but you're just there. So this, my biggest lesson is, every time you wake up from bed, think about yourself. Try to zone out everybody around you. Think about you. Think about the fact that if I was here on earth by myself, what will I do? Because many a times we're just influenced by the voices every single year. One person will say this, another person will say this one, and sometimes we just roll with what they said and just make a decision out of it. Think about, what are you going to do at a particular time? What is it? What are the actions you're going to take that you know will benefit you? Think about you. Yes, it's okay to think it is a scam. It's okay to think it's fraud. It's okay to think it's not real. It's okay. But again, if you don't check it out, you will never know. You need to be able to check it out, to be able to understand the process, how it works, how we get our customers, right? You're just like, do I have to bring people to start business and things? I'm just like, you want us to do business with spirits or with the ghosts or anything with that? I don't understand. We'll go every day to grocery store to go buy food and groceries and things like that. One man is making money off of us. Are we not people? We go in there to buy. They're making money. So I don't understand why you'd be like, so we wonder we should have a product. Okay, I should put my basin of peanuts and I'm selling. So spirits will come and buy. No, I expect you to come and buy. And that's why I'm online every day. I'm expecting you to come and buy because I know the peanut will benefit you. You know, if you're low in proteins, it will benefit you. I'm selling peanuts, right? It's bringing value to someone that needs it.
That's it. Let me ask you,
So
please. Let me ask you something, sis, because you said it's spirit. We're just selling to spirit. Let me ask you, first and foremost, what business does not need people? Which
I don't
business?
know. I don't know.
Which Costco? Which BJ's? Which Walmart? Which what
I don't
what
know.
what grocery store do you have, or what business does not need people? I don't understand it. Like
I
so,
know. People ask some questions. Sometimes you just be like, you process it over and over, like, what? Sometimes they even confuse you with your questions, to be honest. You start doubting yourself, like, what's going on? But yeah, every business requires people. But again, do your
yes.
research. Do your research. And I encourage everybody, this business is for you. If you're watching us right now, if you're listening to us, this business is for you. It's flexible. You can do it anywhere you are, as long as you have an internet connection. Okay, you can do it alongside your 9 to 5. You can do it full time if you're already comfortable. I work as a part-time nurse, and I'm doing this business on the side. And my goal is to retire and focus on my business and be able to enjoy the profits and the benefits of it, right? It's not and many a times, like my sister said, it's not as if you're gonna start seeing returns like today, tomorrow. Is it possible to see returns today? Yes. That might be the case for one person, but that might not be the case for me or another one, right? Our journey is different, the process is different from everybody. It just boils down on, what are you doing for your business? Are you showing up? Are you being consistent? Are you following all the mentorship they're giving you? Are you receiving the coaching they're giving you? Are you willing to learn? Are you open to criticism? Because some people are just so proud, they don't even want A to tell them that, no, move this pen left. You need to calm down, okay? Like today in church, you need to be humble. That's what they told us in church today.
Very
Practice
important.
humility, be humble. So
Yes.
I hope you guys were able to learn something today. But yes, start today before I visit you. Better we'll start.
Wow, sis. I love it. The authenticity, the transparency, the vulnerability to share how you respond when people or individuals say negative things about this is a 419, you are a fraud, you are a scam. And the most important, I think, for me that stood out was every business needs people. Every business needs an investment. You need to invest. If you want to see, if you're seeing people make 50K in a day, or let's say 50K in a month because of this business, you don't know what they did in the back end. You don't know what they invested. You don't know what energy, what fire that they're putting in to their business to get those type of results. And that is why I always lead with everything is possible in this business. The impossible is possible in this business. The fact of the matter is this: where we all are today, the four of us, that's not where we'll be in the next 1 or 2 years. That's not where we'll be. That's the reality. But we can stay at our job for the next 20 or 30 years. Maybe get that 5% raise that the government will still come and take it back anyway indirectly. But we will never become 6 or 7 figures earners. We will never become millionaires. We will never have the ability or flexibility to travel if we're only dependent on our careers as nurses. That's the reality. We cannot travel when we want. Nobody's buying 4 houses in a year in our nursing career. They're not buying houses. No, they're not building their dream home. They're not building churches. They're not doing other business, opening other business ventures. They cannot, because they're living from paycheck to paycheck with hand to mouth. That's the reality. So in this business, the impossible becomes possible. In this life as an immigrant, what I've learned in this business is that we all came for greener pastures. But as you can see, it doesn't exist unless you create your own greener pastures. And we have decided as immigrants who are here like this now, as part of this business community, we'll take it by force. Because our schools will not, we've gone to school, we've done all the education and everything. But the reality is that our careers will not give us that greener pastures. That's the reality. And so I'm going to pass it to you, Sister Kemi. We're happy to see your face here before I get carried away. The last question I ask
So
to everyone
sorry.
is, so what do you say to someone who says you're a fraud, you're a scam, you're a 419? What do you tell them?
I would tell them that they need to do their research because this is a world. The world has gotten smaller with the digital and the social media and everything. The information is out there. You know, you can't
Yeah.
just see a post or you see someone like this webinar right now and just say, "Oh, they're fraud." Why? Why would you say that? Have you done your research? Do you know what they're doing? If anybody asks whoever is saying that questions, are they actually able to answer and say, "Oh, this is the reason I call them a fraud"? Do you have any proof? Before you're gonna say that, you're gonna do your research. Do your research. That's all I have to say. And then what about all the people that have testimonies? You could say, "Oh yeah, they were set up." How many people are you gonna set up? 250,000 people? You're gonna pay them to say the same things? Come on now. That's just not realistic. I would just say they need to stop to think and then do their research. Just do your due diligence if you are interested. And if you are not, hey, go about your business. Besides, even if you think it's a fraud or it's 419, like we say in Nigeria, that is like is not real or is they're just lying. Even if that's the case, you pay $149 to invest in this business to get the information, which is refundable. If you spend your 30 days, I promise you can do a research in even a week. But you are given 30 full days. Check it out to even decide, let me even do it. Let me practice all some of these things they say. Let's see how this works. Try that. And then you get your money back. Plus, you still have the information. Come on now. So how is that going to be a fraud? I don't understand that. That's all I got to say because it blows my mind. Thank you so much for listening. But for those of you who are believers, I say go for it. Go for it. You
Amen.
you
No.
you know you got to
Faith
get.
over fear.
Huh? Say again.
Faith over fear. Faith
That's
over
right.
fear. Go for it. Take
That's
action.
right. Yes.
Yes. Take action.
Take
I want
action.
to
Pay
thank,
that money.
yes, please. That's the call to action. Pay your 149 and thank us later for that. And if you don't like it, like you said, Sister Kemi, you can get your money back. But we're not begging, we're just providing value for you to make an informed decision that can actually change your life. And with that being said, I want to thank all of you so much for taking this beautiful Sunday to take the time to bring your amazing spirits, your voices, your beautiful faces, and smile to grace this platform to provide education and value to our immigrants who are watching or who will catch this replay to learn about this online business, and for them to understand that it's okay to feel the way you feel, whether it's fear, uncertainty, doubt. It's normal. Embrace it. But don't let it hinder you from an amazing opportunity that can definitely impact your life and change your narrative. And you can create your own greener pastures by learning about this business. First and foremost, look at everyone's profile here. Take a look at it, screenshot it. Well, you're welcome to reach out to any of us. Reach out anytime, DM, send a message. If you like, chat on WhatsApp. We are all here. You pick who you resonate with. Connect with us. We'll be happy to hold your hand and share the strategies, techniques, and tips and tools that are needed to become successful as an online business owner. Thank you, ladies, so much. I am humbly honored. And thank you all too. And have an amazing and happy Sunday intentionally. And may your week be full of prosperity and good health. In Jesus' name. Take care, everybody. Thank you.
Amen.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Crystal.
Thank you all.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Thanks for having us.
All right, she just disconnected.